Hi folks, I'm back for another Tidy Tuesday in 30, and I'm going to try to finish this while my own children are in meetings for 30 minutes. So here we go. I'm going to start the timer and jump into the data. So let's read the data in. So this week's data is from Toronto Open Data Toronto. Oops, I see I spelled that wrong there, didn't I? Turned into an R package by Charla Gelfand. So let's jump in. See what some of these variables are. So we have an occupancy date. Just kind of want to scroll through here and see if these are, looks like maybe it's the first of every month. So really this just reflects month and year, perhaps. The organization, the shelter name, the address, the city, province, postal code, facility name. Okay, so I noticed that there was a shelter and a facility. So perhaps there are different facilities within each shelter, and the program name. And then the sector, occupancy and capacity. Okay. And I'm just going to check what types of variables these are just to make sure it's sort of read in all the variables like I would like them to be. So looks like these last two are numeric, which I was concerned about. So that's good. Okay, so all right. So I think what I might think about is, well, I think I'm just going to start with some counts. So I usually like to sort of label these with things I do within the 30-minute time frame. And then there's often a couple of little things I do after the 30-minute time frame. And sometimes I don't get to the things I want to do after the 30 minutes, but all right. So let's just start by using, oops. So I'm just going to count some things. I just want to see, let's see, I'm going to count by occupancy date. This is largely just to see if I have interpreted this correctly. I just want to make sure. Okay, good. It looks like this is the first of every month. Oh, not necessarily. Let's see here. Oh, I was totally reading these dates wrong. I was reading these as year, day, month, but it's probably year, month, date, which would make a lot of sense. Okay. So these are actually single dates. Okay. Good to know. I'm glad I checked that. All right. I guess the other thing I might want to know, so maybe I just want to see, I just want to check real quick here. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to go over here. I just want to see what all right. So we have January 1st, 2017 through December 1st, 2019. Okay, great. All right. So what else might I want to do? Let's maybe see how many different, I think city was a variable in here. Shelter, city. Actually, let's do shelter province first. I was under the impression this was all, okay, good. Those are all Ontario. And then I was thinking that these would be all Toronto, but let's find out. Okay, not quite, but mostly. I don't know the Toronto area very well, so I'm not exactly sure where those are in relation to Toronto. Okay, let's see what else I wanna, okay, I would like, let's see, facility. Oh, maybe I'll look at organization name first. Just kind of curious how many there are. So it looks like there's 33 different organizations. And then what if we also include, what was that other one called? Facility name or program name or both, perhaps. Let's just sort of see what that is. Okay, so a lot of organizations have multiple facilities or perhaps multiple programs. Okay. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Okay. All right, so let's think about what might be sort of valuable to look at. So I'm thinking something with, I just want to order this by organization name. Maybe shelter. Let's see here. Okay, so it does look like maybe capacity probably stays mostly the same over time. It looks like at least in a lot of these. Okay, so I'm trying to think how I might want to show this. Maybe I'll just try to do a higher level summary. So organization, focus on, I think I'm going to try to focus on organization. I'm going to just jump into a new piece of R code. And what I'm thinking is for each organization, showing the occupancy rate, so occupancy over capacity. And then I would also like to show the, represent the capacity. So I want to represent both the occupancy rate and the capacity. And let's maybe examine if that changes over time. Okay, so, oops. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to group by organization name. And oops, not just that. I'm going to group by year. Nope, it was called date, occupancy date. occupancy date. And what I want to do is I want to, if I can spell, I want to summarize and I wonder if that occupancy rate changes. Oh, actually, sorry, I wasn't thinking. So I want the total occupancy would be the sum, or I'm sorry, not the total occupancy. I want the total capacity, I think. And I want to sum the capacity. And then I want the occupancy rate. I wonder if, just in case I want it later, I'm going to do total occupancy as well. I didn't even check to see if there was missing values, but maybe in case, I'll just add this and remove the missing values in case they're there. And then the occupancy rate will be the total capacity divided by the, no, other way around. Total occupancy divided by the total capacity. Let's see if I did that how I intended. So that means over time, I'm trying to think if I would have made a mistake in here somewhere. Hopefully not. So one thing I'm thinking is putting this in a plot. And I'm just going to start by putting on the x-axis the date. What is that called? The occupancy date. Oops. And then on the y-axis, I'm going to put the occupancy rate. And then I think I might want to size. I'm going to do a geom line and a geom point. And then I also think I'm going to facet wrap by organization name. Oops, I'm going to put this inside there. Okay. So let's see what happens here. So I guess, okay, that. Okay, so maybe I don't want to facet wrap by organization name. Maybe for now, I actually want to just group. I'm going to use the group aesthetic. I'm just going to put them all on one graph for now, which I'm sure is not going to look great. Let's see here, organization name. I might go back, oh my, okay. There's a lot of zeros in there, which I think is causing some of the problems. So I wonder why occupancy rates are sometimes 0. I'm going to do some investigating here, and I'm wondering, oops. Let's go back here. I'm wondering if there are some where the occupancy rate, I'm going to just do a quick arrange by occupancy rate. And I'm guessing that there's some where it's 0, and it could be due to perhaps there are some with low capacities. Oops, total capacity. So let's just investigate that really quick. Yeah, so it looks like there's some not quite sure the best way to, quite a few. Is it just this one? Okay, so for sure that one. Let's actually filter. Just going to do a couple things up here. So filter where occupancy rate is 0. And I just want to examine, perhaps I want to see, okay, let's, perhaps it's just a couple, I'm going to do a quick distinct organization name. Just trying to figure out where the occupancy rates are 0. Okay, it's just at those two. And I'm not really sure why, but I think what I might do is just filter those out. And maybe I'll just do that because I know it's just those two places where the occupancy rate is not 0. And let's see how that changes the plot. Okay, so it looks like there's still some that are really close to 0. And I'm sure there are reasons why that happens. Let's see. So I think what I'm going to want to do here, maybe my geom points are a little bit too much. And I think we've got a little bit too much noise, perhaps too many things going on here. So I think what I want to do is use some GG highlight. Let's see, and it looks like I've got about 11 minutes left. Let's see what I can get done in 11 minutes. So I'm going to use some GG highlight. And unfortunately, every time I use this, I forget how to use it. So I'm going to go do some searching real quick and see if I can remember. So let's see here. Okay. So I want to, okay, I think this is sort of like a filtering thing, if I'm remembering correctly. So Let's just give it a whirl. So I am going to add a GG highlight, and I want to highlight the lines. Definitely the ones that have an occupancy bigger than 1. Let's see, occupancy rate bigger than 1. I'm not quite sure what happens when their occupancy is above what they have room for. That would be interesting to learn more about. So I'm gonna color, okay. So it looks like I do wanna color. So I think I want to color, not just group by, but color by organization name. I'm almost starting to wonder. So I'm sure I could work on this and sort of unbusy this some more, but to me, it looks like there might be quite a few places who sort of consistently have high occupancy rates. So I think I'm actually going to sort of scrap what I've done a little bit. I'm going to take some of this code and I'm going to try to look at this in a slightly different way. So instead of doing occupancy date, So I would like to get a sense of sort of how these maybe occupancy rates are changing. So let me remind myself of these data. So now I want to summarize this at an even higher level. So I think what I want to do now is, first of all, I'm going to ungroup my data so I don't make any grouping mistakes. And then I'm going to add a variable called year, which is going to be the year of occupancy date. And then I think what I'm going to do is group by year. Oops, nope, group by organization name and year. Not quite sure if this is the right thing to do because I'm going to average a rate, but I'm going to do it anyways. So I'm going to call this the average occupancy rate. And I guess the assumption that I'm making here is that the occupancy hasn't changed over time, but I guess I could sort of compute some statistics there. So this is going to be the mean occupancy rate. And maybe what I will do is also compute the average capacity, because it might be interesting to know if that has changed over time. And then maybe I'll do like the, minimum capacity and the max capacity. Not quite sure, if I'm going to use those, but let's just do it. Oops, and I made a mistake somewhere. Oops. Oh, max total capacity. Okay, so that, all right, so now what I think I want to do is I think I want to make a bar plot. No, I just want to make, oh, let's see here. I want to plot, let's see here. What do I want to plot? I want to plot maybe year on the x-axis. And on the y-axis, I would like to plot average capacity. So it does look like some of these capacities have changed. Some of them haven't. But right now I'm not going to worry about that. So average occupancy rate, and let's see, this is not exactly what I want, but we're going to plot it anyways, and we're going to color by, now there's too many colors. We're just going to group by, I don't think grouping is really going to do anything because I'm just making a geom point. Let's see here. So I think what I want to do actually, I think I'm going to switch these two. And I think I'm going to try faceting this. And I'm going to try faceting by the organization name. Okay. This is not going to be exactly what I want either. So I do want to order these. So I think, oh my, what did I do wrong? Okay, somewhere I made some sort of huge mistake apparently. Let's see where I went wrong. Is it wrong there? Not there. Why can't I facet wrap? Did I? No, okay. I'm not quite sure what happened there, but okay. So I think what I want to do is reorder these. I want to make the year a factor. And let's see, I want to reorder organization name by the average occupancy rate. And I guess I'll use the median, which is already the default. Uh-oh, there goes my timer. Okay, I'm just gonna finish running this code. I'll stop that timer. Stop. Okay. And I think what I'm going to do here is I certainly have a lot of cleaning up to do. But I think one thing I could do pretty quickly is try to change the figure width and height. I don't know what I might want it to be, but let's start with something like that. All right. And so I think I'm going to need to clean up my x-axis. I can't quite figure out, must be some weird missing values. So I'm going to take a look at this after getting off screen here and see if I can figure out a couple more things. But I think I've got to start to a plot, or maybe I'll decide to go back to this one and fix it up a little bit more. But I'm going to stop the video now. Hopefully that was helpful. And that's all for now. Bye-bye.